the Office of National Security (ONS) go talk about the reason we make ECOWAS troop go deploy na Saloon. For sake of that, I want to welcome na the studio Abdul Karim Win, Director Strategic Communications Office of the National Security (ONS), and also want to welcome na the studio Director of Media and Communications, Minister of Defense, Colonel Issa Bangura. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, noble citizens of Sierra Leone.
Good morning, the people of Sierra Leone. Good morning, 98.1.
Okay, as we get from we first reports, we'll be here. The police been brief the public about the ECOWAS mission in Sierra Leone standby mission with the Kamna Saloon for support, peace, national security and development, and also the issue of ECOWAS being in Sierra Leone, and also a lot of security issues them we will clarify inside the program Good Morning Saloon. Make we get the expert them at the studio. I want to start with Abdul Karim Will, Director of Strategic Communications, Office of National Security (ONS), for giving updates about the current security situation at the country as it stands.
Yeah, thank you very much again. By intelligence estimate and security information assessment, we can proudly say that the country remains generally peaceful, relatively peaceful. And we expect this will be the situation for the foreseeable future. As usual, for call on members of the public for continue for partner with the security sector, for ensure we provide the enabling environment to say every citizen they go about in business without any fear or favor. As a sector, the leadership of the security sector don't show commitment for ensuring they provide every law-abiding citizen with the security they require, and also ensure we take them along in all of what they do. This is a part of our commitment. The leadership of the security sector don't make it a business for ensuring anything they do with the public need for know, with the right of the public for know. Would they come and tell them so that we take them along, whether the National Security Coordinator, Mr. Abdullahi Kolka, or the Inspector General of Police, Mr. William Fayaselu, or the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General P.K. Labaon. They don't make an commitment for ensure anything with the security sector they do, we get for do with the provision of security in a salon, as long as the way the people get right for know, they will come and do we for tell the public about them kind of thing. And so we appeal generally now to members of the public that we go tell them the correct information. We own responsibility now for give them the information we know they embellish the truth. We too they tell them now what they supposed to know, and what the thing we right for their safety and security, and let us make efforts for analyze the information that they receive objectively.
In your opening statement, say the country relatively peaceful according to what we don't gather so far. But most times, working Austin, I can tell we about intelligence we don't receive, we don't work on. This time around, no intelligence, no we don't receive, we don't work on.
Well, that a country or a place relatively peaceful, not in any way means undercurrent and all day. In the midst of all of the efforts we can be made, some people, either individuals, using social media for spread fear, for spread rumors, for big propaganda, misinform the public, then they do so much to the extent that they give the impression to unsuspecting members of the public, whether or not people are in country, neighboring countries, or even abroad, for belief the country not secure. But now this one, then kind of rumors there they dispel, because me and you within so we don't say apart from the lie information people in the paid on social media, what is supposed to happen, they happen. People they go school beginning they go school, people they can't do their work normal one. Now only people where they use social media for spread fear, now that they can create a situation them. But as a sector, we don't also broaden our antennas for ensure we collect the needed information so that accidents here they happen, we counter them by actually coming on air for tell the public the correct information. And this morning, Adane we there for do.
All right. you don't give me a background waiting at the status of the country so far, but I stand to be corrected today. This month make 6 months after the fail, attempt coup will be happen November 26. Now, waiting at some of the things that we ONS don't do for make sure say when I talk to people for let them get the confidence say Salone or the security sector they on top situation.
As a sector, now we responsibility for provide the conducive atmosphere we say people for carry out their functions. And for do so, we conduct various threat assessments. Now the assessment level, the outcome of the assessment, and then go determine which kind of posture we for put. Not forget say we also they provide security alongside the needs of the various communities. Not one way for frighten anybody, because the safety and security of people now one will get for provide within the provisions of the law. And so whilst we collect information, we collect intelligence, we work on day one and day as and when they come. So over the period, we don't conduct several threat assessments, whether at community level, at the borders, whether at the district level, the regional level, or national level. And based on the outcomes of their assessment, then they determine which kind of policing, which kind of response we for provide. But most often, because we know say proactiveness are one way, the way for go in terms of providing modern security services. We say we know say the tendency is for less something deteriorate into violent outbursts, would they come and take action so that we remedy them. One of those, now then one the way people they peddle lies on social media, much to the extent that some unsuspecting members of the public, we always refer to that. You want for take action for execute directions where people where they far away from the jurisdiction, far away from the country they give them, and for appeal to them that by law every man responsible for your own actions. You get a responsibility for do things the way they within the provisions of the law. We always emphasize that Salone are a country we governed by the rule of law, and if for any reason somebody want for do things either for satisfying himself as a person or as a group, you get for do so within the provisions of the law, and that we as a sector, the reason for we existence now for ensure say peace and security prevail. It will be reneging on responsibilities if we sit down and allow somebody for can obstruct peace and security, because now we responsibility for ensure say that not happen.
All right. So after the alleged failed coup, November 26, when I don't do any threat assessment or when I don't get any intelligence, as my colleague asked earlier on, concerning anything we get for do with protests.
Several threat assessments. Much to the extent that we even develop a national threat assessment, using various parameters, issues relating to protests, social issues, issues relating to activities of various groupings, and so on and so forth. So they one and they what we don't do so. I mean, now the outcome of them assessment then they lead to their engagement there, so that we give the public the information ahead what they require in terms of which action they for take or which action they not for take.
Okay. Continue for the with me inside the program. In name na Abdul Karim Will, in the Director of Strategic Communications, now Office of National Security, as we there this morning for talk about why na the reason we make ECOWAS go can deploy na Salone. The program na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Musa?
Well, inside the program, we can to we other studio guests. We na Colonel Issa Bangura, Director of Media and Communications, Minister of Defense, Republic of Salone Armed Forces. Good morning, Colonel, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salone, once again.
Good morning, Brother Musa. Good morning, listeners.
Okay, we topic of discussion today now the issue of the ECOWAS being or get for deploy na Salone. We'll get for talk about few clarifications on the issue of security we get for do with the RSLAF, and the issue be the go around say the United States don't train Salone soldier them for take action against people and we then say them plan for protest on the 19th. You can tell we more on this.
Yes, like I just clarify, I think say it completely false, na fake news, and I want to assure and reassure the noble citizens of Sierra Leone that no action like that, take place within the armed forces. And all we them talk about that now false. You see, my brother will talk about the incitement on social media. Make I just clarify one or two, make few points to general public. Even we sit on the final say over the week, there is a post over social media where they talk say because we don't can announce to the people of Sierra Leone say ECOWAS get for deploy troops in Sierra Leone, the government don't issue warrant of arrest for me. It is completely false. And in some audios, the David talk say the defense spokesperson, any say we do if you get this message, now for go to the nearest embassy for his security. It's very ridiculous. And for the sake of peace, make nobody not undermine peace in Sierra Leone. Peace and stability for any state is very paramount. That's how people when they put false information on social media. It's very, very bad. It gets no implication. I am sure with all way till they go on, people that for able to learn now say no misinform people. But every day they get misinformation, every day they get incitement of security personnel it against authorities. It is very wrong. Anybody where they do the country there, me I talk to them. See, at least when I left the country there, they born good picking. For the sake of peace and stability for my salon, do I when I left the country there? When I left for put false information, when I circulate them. A lot of calls, international calls, who have been getting, person they come in, when I don't the lies with international bodies then they try to confirm, even the one they own don't train from other countries then. Ghana, Nigeria, other countries, they confirm, they say they please warrant arrest for you, because it talks in ECOWAS, they can. All this is misinformation, malinformation. So, that statement where they say they don't train soldiers, US don't train soldiers, for make them come avert any riots where they can wrong. The state partnership will get with Michigan National Guard, now for can support the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, now for strengthen the security sector. That is going to be a benefit for the general population of Sierra Leone. Because the state partnership, the Michigan State Partnership National Guard, it in Liberia, and not only Liberia, it is well over 100 countries over the world. And if the people don't come, because they're in Liberia, we see support where they don't give the armed forces, we see support where they give the other sectors, not only for security sector. Now we get to go National Disaster Management Agency. In terms of disaster, like we get flooding, mudslide, then we don't get the capability, then get the resources for people to react promptly and for save life and property in this nation. So then kind of thing they are nine, the senior management, the CC at least, then partnership, because Liberia don't do it, other countries don't do it. At least not too bad for we country. Now we get that state partnership. And this all now for just strengthen the security forces, now for just strengthen national development, now for just assist the people of Sierra Leone. In case we get some gaps then people then come in, then we will assist. Because as a country, when we put policemen, they all stand at the border. So German, they all stand at the border. And something where they happen, like that mudslide will be happen. The army go for respond timely. But again, if we get more people with the support we in times of disaster, then kind of thing, we will respond positively and at least save life and property. It will assist we as a nation.
So this training na saloon they do am or na they go Liberia?
No, the partnership is like, in fact, they as I talk to you now, this Wednesday we're going to get the Liberian counterpart. We're going for CAM. And we'll sit down, we'll plan on how the status of forces agreement. Because whenever you go with any kind of thing, I forget an agreement. Sometimes some people call a memorandum of understanding, but we call a status of forces agreement. When for you to sit down, they tell us, now this area one for making an intervene, now this training one for law going to, this that the exercise they will for do in future, this now then support your want for the armed forces. They get for come by Wednesday for see how best officially for you to do that. That's that commissioning ceremony, the signing in of the status of forces agreement. By Wednesday, we will get that meeting. God willing, it will come up from Liberia and come. Because they don't get the experience and now lessons learned to get from Liberia. For make we get that partnership, I think it's a good news for the people of Sierra Leone and by extension, the security forces of Sierra Leone.
Alright, so as of now, I don't get the area them want for letting train on our own.
The partnership is not only about training, it's about equipment, it's about support, resources, not only on training. And if you don't get for CAM, we get, yes, because when we train with the international forces, especially when our first world country, when our forces them, we experience, we go exchange experience, we go share same intelligence, we go definitely plan together and operate jointly. When they work together, we are going to work perfectly for the people of this country. So meaning, in terms of training, like any other country, like we get Nigeria, we get Ghana, we get other countries, we train together. It is for the Republic of Sierra Leone. It is for the betterment of the armed forces. Because once we go into training, we experience the widen, horizon will be broadened. And when we go on sub-regional and also African exercises or maybe deployment, multilateral deployment or United Nations, you will see Sierra Leone will be at that stage where they will perform, they will fly the national color high, and they will perform as members of United Nations, ECOWAS, and AU. So the training, you get for encompass a lot of areas. They get the senior NCO cadre, where they for able to train the non-commissioned officers. We not because training not only for officers. If you just train the officer corps, you left the non the one that we not officers, you will get problems because in operations, they all get the rules they only play. So it get for span through the non-commissioned officers, we know other ranks, it come to officers. Now so with it. And the training will be a joint training. Right. We don't forget to be ARSLAF instructors, we forget them instructors, and sometimes we go make and train the trainers so that when they go left tomorrow, we will continue for carry on with the activities of the armed forces.
Right. Still get for do with Tindem, we get for do with clarifications. We see weeks back military people them from Nigeria, Kana Salon, and people are already confirmed say these na ECOMOC don't start for deploying a Salon. So the Nigerian military them we presently in a Salon or we don't go. Is it na ECOMOC troop them?
Not at all. I think that's again the clarification how they make. Thank you. A very important question. Even though we don't put a press list on them people that can one way cancel. The one the way can now student officers of course 46 of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They call it a study tour. They can conduct a research. Sierra Leone, before this time, they will call the Athens of West Africa. And then the way that they do, now part of the curriculum, see, before they done now the college, when a senior command and staff college, therefore go now African countries then go do one research on the topic. So then Kaya, purely not to ECOWAS troops come, but now from Nigeria then come away now the Armed Forces Command, and not only Nigerians, then get other people from other countries, Cameroon, Togo as a way they become, other Benin, they may get officers as well, So not to ECOWAS troops become. We don't talk to when ECOWAS troops then they come. When they come, we not talk to will come in other radio stations or engagement. We don't talk to when they come. We give them specifics. When they go come, and most troops then go come, we go deploy. We will give them all that day. But then when they will come, now on the research they come because they did a college, we in a senior command and staff college. And just like Sierra Leone back, where we send officers then for go out in don't country Ghana, Nigeria, Bangladesh, China. They said they go on call a regional or African study tour. Then go na then country and they, like lessons learned. Then go learn from them people and they go exchange ideas. And to be honest, when that visit, then people then come. People then the first thing that ECOWAS don't come. But when they go na the MDs for do the presentations, and I want for Issa for thank all heads of MDs when people then visit. When they do the presentations. The presentation will be very, very excellent. The people that they go with mind say, Sierra Leone, now them brother, Sierra Leone, now their own country, like say, what they come for, they really succeed. Because every MDA where they go, the presentation is very precise, and what they want for, what they look for, now they get. Because the topic where they come for, now a topic where for deal with good governance, and the operational efficiency of security forces. So then go now ONS, then go now Minister of Foreign Affairs, and all the MDs where they go. The presentation of superb. And before they left, my brother, even the cocktail where they make for them my own officers mess, they be highly happy. Then go with the memories of Sierra Leone. And when they go to me, why they open my phone yesterday to this morning, is see the words of thanks and appreciation to the country, to the people of this country. Right. Sierra Leone now very, very receptive country. We like strangers, and also people in the ask like we say go for one other country. I've also able to talk to them before this time, say, Lord, we get open hand, Lord, we give them that hospitality so that when we say come on and go to other country, the same hospitality will get them. So that visit was successful, and not to be ECOWAS, but now students of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College from Jaji in Nigeria.
All right. In name na Colonel Issa Bangura, the Director of Media and Communications, na the Ministry of Defense, na the Salon Armed Forces.
Today we look at the issue of ECOWAS deployment na Salon. We get Abdul Karim Will from the Office of National Security and also Colonel Issa Bangura from the Republic of Salon Armed Forces. I come to you, Abdul Karim Will. The issue of ECOWAS being deployed in Sierra Leone or get planned for Kana Salon. What are the status of this deployment if we can look at the reason?
Thank you very much again. Well, this engagement for inform the general public generally about waiting they get the right for no and waiting the need for no. Or specifically, we mean for provide accurate information around the subject matter relating to the proposed deployment of an ECOWAS mission as alone. I think that are the correct description. ECOWAS mission in Sierra Leone, ECOWAS they call them. But a specific category of people and they will target in this discourse. One, now people and we genuinely they seek information, who they have for do correct analysis relating to things that would happen as alone. Secondly, now the category of people we they not get information, but yet they want to inform other members of the public about what they happen. And in the process, because they not get the correct information, then they misinform and mislead the public. And the third category, now people always somehow ought for know. But even when they know, they still make deliberate attempts for misinform members of the public. All this constitutes what we refer to as a misuse of social media. But regarding the deployment of ECOWAS troops alone, and with responsibility as a sector, now for present the facts as they so that the public will understand them, the way how it is, and we appeal to them. Let them make an open-minded analysis of the information they provide them. And for states say the proposal for the deployment of an ECOWAS standby mission, not a secret. Nobody no go do that under the carpet. And waiting they be done now in the interest of Salon and the interest of the people of Sierra Leone. So first, or also for further clarify the misinformation we did online relating to this one, now that 15,000 ECOWAS troops are already done in a Salon, and that the United States military already done begin for deploy vehicles in a Salon in respect of same. All of this sort of true. The same information people can remember before the elections. They also be make the round. Say US don't send 15,000 troops as alone through ECOMOG for can deploy for protect elections. We're not true at all. The other thing that my brother don't extensively talk about that day. So after I don't talk about this, let me now give a brief background as to what lead to this whole idea of reaching a decision for get an ECOWAS mission for be deployed in Sierra Leone. The public can recall that over the past number of years, West Africa particularly don't be overwhelmed with various troubling issues, either issues relating to terrorism, issues relating to frequency of coup d'etats, issues relating to violent protests, and generally issues relating to instabilities where they permeate the West African sub-region. Because of the happenings here, the heads of authorities of ECOWAS countries, they mean concern naturally, or say this is the way they happen. So within the region, augur well, fine for peace and development, fine for stability, sustainable development, and most of them countries or some of them countries now one the way we don't go through brutal civil conflict. If we allow them countries therefore relapse into a round of conflict again, then conflict and they get the tendency for becoming intractable. We mean they will be unending. So on the 4th of December last year, 4th of December 2023, heads of ECOWAS mission will meet in Abuja, Nigeria, and discuss extensively the issues that I don't mention. Then discussions and they may lead to the signing up of a communique, an agreement. For say, let we put measures in place for eradicate any attempt or for thwart any attempt with anybody or any group of people want for make for subvert legitimate governments now West African sub-region. So specifically, they may zoom in on Sierra Leone. Salone, apart from aspect of terrorism, don't suffer all of the other things I don't mention. Either incitement, we don't lead to violent demonstrations, we don't cost the lives of people, civilians, and serving officers, whether they're the military or police or fire force, and as a case may be, or correctional services. Salone don't get a lot of attempts for subvert the state. In war in a country, you send armed troops for can help for faith and contain whatever insurgency where they happen at the country. In this case, we're not into war, but given the threats we don't come over the period, like I don't mention them, but important for let we get a double assurance in addition to waiting state security institutions and they do, so that nobody no go take we back to the dark days.
You don't give background waiting lead to for the ECO mission Kana Salone, as you say now for come stabilize or help the government for let Salone continue for enjoying peace and democracy. Somebody go and ask, what is the difference between ECOMOG and this mission we get for Kana Salone?
ECOMOG, na the Economic Community of West African Monitoring Group, na the military wing of ECOWAS. I should say the public familiar with the acronym ECOWAS. We are the Economic Community of West African States, where Salone a member of. So the ECOMOG, na armed personnel where they come na a country going into war and help for fight that war, for pursue the war. ECOMISIL and ECOWAS mission, now officers where they come as a standby mission for serve as a kind of a proactive force in the event that somebody want for him don't sorrow, they will respond and avert that one day. So if you like now a preventive diplomacy, one way they prevent any kind attempt to somebody want for make for derail peace and progress. And let we state say, unique to Salone. It don't happen in other countries. I go specifically mention the Gambia, the Republic of Gambia. They may get similar situation in the build up to the elections. We've been lead ECOWAS for send a mission, a standby force now the Gambia for stabilize that peace day. And now I also state say we not the only people who they receive that kind of support then they. We also they provide support to other countries. Even as I speak, I know say the public go be aware say we get to soldier man they within various missions across the world. Right. We get to police officers within various missions across the world. And then missions they go for very similar. Either now for go provide armed support or for go provide stabilization support to various countries we don't see peace and one for ensure say they maintain that peace day.
So when actually we go see this mission here in Salone?
So this engagement for let we give the public within a need for know because I the right for no certain thing them. But some information there we only go give them when we get the accurate date of that one day. On the 24th of February this year, an advanced mission in Kana Salone of the ECOWAS Secretariat, ECOWAS Commission Secretariat, they in Kana Salone for can get an engagement across the board with all of the relevant stakeholders them we then get for work with. So that engagement day, one for appraise themselves of the situation where they prevail in country for know waiting they get for do and how they get for fuse into the security system of Sierra Leone. When a decision get for be taken onto the exact date, location and period, if now the right for let the people understand and know about that, they will come back and tell the people about
in as much as the term within the camp not clear, but somebody they listen now go like for no what are the estimated amount of soldier them will get for expect under this mission and what could be the activity during the stay in Salone?
So in the security world, they disclose the numbers because you also go to give weapon to the enemy. But I want to assure the public say the troops we get for camp, the numbers they get for be commensurate to the prevailing situation. and we already don't state say generally the mandate for can help for stabilize peace, security, for improve on national development. They will therefore do so in collaboration with state existing security structures. So now like a collaborative kind of a support, mutual kind of a role they will get for play. They will provide expertise around intelligence, around information collection, around various things they will get for do with operations for both all of the uniformed forces, for ensure say that when they go into operations, now one they will accurate, now one they will take into consideration all of the issues relating to modern policing as far as providing security for a country concerned.
The ONS always they tell about intelligence within they receive and act upon. Talking about eco mission, where this mission go out so German them do the time not clear and almost go calm, not clear and the activities not too clear. When they foresee any threats, we make this standby mission they come.
They say once bitten, twice shy. If you don't make all of the efforts for ensure say people first understand what they do, how they do them, and take them along in terms of your operations, but still because of the commitment of some other people just for derail all of the good efforts you know, go on for sit down and allow somebody for come usurp that space there. I mean, the less we mention the sad chapters that will not happen in the most recent times, either from 2022 up to now, this period we talk so. You go no say that people they don't dedicate efforts, they don't dedicate resources and time for ensure say all of the gains will not be made over the period. They thwart them completely. Either the violent August 10, 8, 9, and 10 demonstrations, or the attempts for demonstration on September 11 or April 27, take coming to the period of the 26th of August will lead. I mean 26th of November will lead to the deaths of serving military officers, including civilians as well.
All right. Before we go over to Colonel, now you mentioned say the standby force within come not for comfort. Now for come help government for let the country continue to enjoy peace and democracy. But again, you not disclose the number. You not disclose the term. Somebody go ask say if the one they are not come for comfort, why on no one disclose the number and the actual time waiting for come?
Not to say no one for disclose the number. We they give the information as and when you are available. If we get the numbers and now the practice for how we disclose the numbers, why not to not go disclose them? Right. Because then people how they come, so don't forget. Now for the people of Sierra Leone, now for can support peace and development, just so that we will get double assurance of internal security, and we will also give assurance to people already outside of the country that Salone is a stable country. If you dey into investment as Salone, continue with the investment. If you have for can't invest as Salone, come invest. Nobody no go what that investment day, it will progress.
Let's continue for the with me inside the program, Mr. Will. I'll go over to you quickly, Colonel. You don't hear from your colleague and yourself aware say standby force get for come na Salone, but we get the army, we get the police. Is it that we don't reach another situation that unable control we make we get standby force for Kana Salone for continue for can support una?
I don't go agree completely because they say the more the merrier, and like I will be talk to the people and say, Alexei Uboku, police and DT, we know where we put everybody at the borders of Sierra Leone, and if I now say not to all sides, so German and they safe. So meaning if we are able to get a force, we can strengthen our security forces, so that they go enhance national development, we will lead to peace, security, and stability of the state. I think we welcome Dande. And not to foresee we know you will do a job because they continue to do a job. But if in any security apparatus or security situation we want to deal with, if they get gaps, if they get gaps and they get people that wait for car assisting for filling gaps and they so that making them not see none of them gaps there. I think it will fine for the people of this country. I can always say, if we get them deployment there where they come, it's now a benefit to the people of this country. When they come for assist or for strengthen the security sector or security forces, then they come so that national development, the government we want to take national development, because when there is peace and stability, government will definitely bring development to the people. And also, because of what will be happen, then lessons learned, like we don't see, then pointers and indicators, violent demonstration, the other thing. Because the international community don't invest so much in the Republic of Sierra Leone. ECOWAS don't invest so much into the peace and stability. I remember say, ECOWAS that time they war in the, they don't want to see again a relapse of what will happen. So, as a people of this country, I always talk to now, especially the one the way they incite on social media, we always incite citizens for go against the law. Sierra Leone is a law country. Sierra Leone is a country where a peaceful at all times. At this moment, in fact, we get brother from Nigeria where they come, then talk to you say, "Bo, this country, Nigeria, I know we go there outside 2:00 a.m. in the morning." They say, "Boy, yeah, they did outside, 2 a.m." They say this country is peaceful. They say, but they say with the way we see on social media, the way people they paint the country. They say, "Oh, can I quite different?"
Okay.
So now tell them, say, "Well, this is the situation we're going to Sierra Leone. Everything people in the kind of social media, they mislead, they misinform, and then they incite citizens them, which is not good for this. Now we get the lessons learned. Few years back, we there pan war, but the war don't pass now. We don't put on the behind we. So anything what they do, any government of the day that comes in, now we able to support that government as people of this country, so that the government will able to achieve the developmental aspirations. If we not do that, they will do injustice to the country.
Okay.
Because if we trade peace for insecurity, we don't undermine peace. Because they can't see that what they do all they send them social media, we na fake news, just for incite the population, it's not good. So anybody want to do something like anything work, we want for demonstrate or maybe want for show. Now for go through the right process.
Right.
Because Sierra Leone is a country, I love country.
Now,
and then people always talk see because their opinion when they get say everyone in the countries no. If we not get that kind of deployment and come, they able to support the security forces. They able to strengthen the security forces. They able to support the apparent security apparatus where the government gets. Now for una benefit because tomorrow una they sleep well and una property go be safe. Una get police, una get soldiers, una get more troops when they come. Where people don't go and bog on net.
All right, Colonel, I will ask this question: as a country, we the citizens, then we safe. The reason why I ask now that if you see we don't begin get standby force, people will begin get questions, say the country not safe. People will begin question the army and the police, say maybe then they get a lot of challenge we don't begin get standby force at this moment.
Yes, people are safe because my brother don't say once beaten, twice shy. This is like preventive diplomacy, because we don't get indicators, don't get pointers, violence, demonstrations, riots where they happen. We don't get the loss of lives of precious souls of serving personnel. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Then can't see, I know what happen, as a country where peaceful, what happen at all. But if you still get certain people then way they want to bring disorder into the state, and because ECOWAS don't invest so much into the country, they don't want for see them can't see that for happen. Yes, they will get the numbers, but the number no good do for a country. So if they say then they come for can assist we, I think it's now welcome news. Okay. Just for the peace and stability of this nation. Not for any other thing. They come for can't do intimidate person, no. Now for that when they come, then they work with state security forces so that we will do that collaborative work, we will coordinate, we will do joint exercise, joint planning, and we will execute joint operations. That for the benefit of the people of this country. Now for peace and stability. And again, I want to appeal and re-appeal to people. See, for the sake of peace and stability, Lord always do something in this country where we all go get collapse. Lord will do something where we bring instability to the state.
Continue for stability, Colonel Issa Bangura. Before we go for this break, quick one, I want to put this question to you, Will. At this time of the country, was the present serving security sector, whether the police or the soldier gets concerned, but living standard, get concerned about housing and plenty other things. And if you go close to them and talk to them, is it wise that government can withstand by force for give strength to peace or for empower the existing security structures with it?
So, concerns relating to welfare for everybody, whether a civilian or people in uniform, now one way remain top notch in the agenda of the various leadership, particularly for the security sector. And this deployment not get anything for do with issues relating to welfare or that kind of thing. I should say the various heads of security sector agencies don't make any commitment for prevail on the authorities we get a responsibility for improve in conditions of service for do so. And for states say one way for improve on people and delivery now for capacitate them. The coming of an ECOWAS foreign troop into Sierra Leone now for can support that kind thing there and for fill the gap in terms of issues relating to welfare. I know say you mentioned issues of housing and that kind of thing, but separate from this is also what they talk about.
A few things or few clarifications from your earlier statement. Say, then people are not only for Olex alone, but for the West African region. Now we look at the neighboring countries like Guinea, we they under military rule, and also get countries like Mali, we get Burkina Faso, and we get Niger. What's in the explanation where Salon don't give to them countries that so for no say perhaps Guinea no go misunderstand say Naya ECOWAS can reform for go hijack power and for give back to civilian government or the other neighboring countries there.
Well, first of all, for states say we bilateral relationship with all neighboring countries and countries that we not even immediately neighbor we. I want the way they fully intact. Whether now with Guinea, Liberia, the Gambia, Senegal, and what have you. And so their engagements them or their decisions, discussions for their decisions here. And I want the way not they be done in secrecy. And I want the way they be done in the open and the documents and it to the effect. ECOWAS, for example, no go on for deploy a force as alone for a particular purpose and they hide that purpose using some other means for get the impression saying that this one do when that other thing they actually want for do. I don't think say if ECOWAS want for get any intervention at Liberia or Mali and that kind of thing they need for Kana Salon. If that not be the reason, then go say we'll get an ECOWAS depot in a salon so that we will use that as a springboard for go any side. And that make us sure say the public also aware say we then countries and we don't experience coup d'etats we actually get military juntas in place. The engagements at that level they on very seriously. But for states say purposely the reason for an ECOWAS mission as alone not for internal security.
Inside the program now we start for look at messages and this one say can they stand by force meddle in our politics because all of this is happening as a result of bad governance, disregard of for rule of law, processes and procedure by public institutions and political actors.
This one say what will be the role of the RSLAF during this deployment and how long will it last? Cornelisa.
And this other one say the reason we make painting the all they happen are because government not they allow the people for do peaceful protests, freedom of speech na issue. So government need for go back now did go on board.
This one say really democracy. I want for tell una thank you for una king bring them people here for explain to we for get the right information. This now from Abubakar Menjo Nakata.
And this other one from Juliet say, Officer Bangura, if the freedom of speech of the people has been muzzled in this administration, and what do you expect people to do?
This one from Mactena, New Englandville, they say, Mr. Abdul Karim Will, what the security measures have you put in place to discourage protesters on June 19? Also give us more confidence as Reunion to go about our normal businesses.
And this other one say from Ibrahim is say the standby force will panic salon people and investor them. That's going to say the country not safe at all.
This one from Mystic Nadwaza, they say the coming of the ECOMOC troops has brought mixed feelings among Sierra Leoneans.
And this other one say thanks very much for the timely information. Respect to you, Colonel and Mr. Will.
The program is still listening to our Good Morning Salon. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We continue for a look at more text messages. This they say, Mr. Will, what will be the role of governments during these deployments? Who are the standby force going to take command from? This now from Lolo Gasparini in our Facebook page.
And this other one say, who that get for take care in terms of welfare and other things them we then troop there go come salon. We will start off with you, Mr. Will.
Several questions, and most of them are straightforward answers. Whether the force where they come not go meddle into local politics, the answer is that no. Rather than they come for provide safety and security for law and order prevail in society. And somebody mentioned, say, this they happen because no allowance no don't be given for peaceful protests. I mean, if we very much honest with we self, with we country, you gonna say they want the way for do peaceful demonstrations, who want for do agitations, either through social media and that kind of thing, who they do them constructively within the provisions of the law. They don't do them extensively, but this distinction for be made between what we call peaceful demonstrations and riots. All of the calls.
Chadi writes to the Salon Police, wherein they say they want to do a peaceful protest, and the Ministry of Basic and Higher Education.
Education, yeah?
Yeah. Just around the building.
Yeah.
They're not allowed.
I'm very aware of that day, and before the decision, that thing did not happen. Extensive engagements been held with the leadership of Chadi. I've been fully involved in that engagement today. No say Chadi as a leadership, we be for going to that day, they be very much satisfied with the points that will be raised. Besides, it's still the way that we have to go demonstrate about actions be already don't be taken for resolve their concerns. They also, they say freedom of speech don't be muzzled. Freedom of speech no limitless. All of the calls of people they make on social media are threats to violence. Law not protect violent demonstrations. Law not protect calls for incitement. Or people they say on XYZ dates when they go into this activity, even as they speak, if somebody not join, we go kill them.
Abdul Karim will quick the pertinent questions. Then would I go to pay them soldier man where they go in a saloon, and would I then they take command from before Kanto Colonel Issa?
Two important questions. Now, yes. ECOWAS then go take full responsibility of everything we get for do with the deployment we get for take place. And secondly, now like the military aid to civil authority situation, let we just build that scenario. When the military, for example, the police, for example, they provide internal security because they get primacy in doing so. They get difficulty and they need the ability to help them. Then they call them, help them resolve the problem and the ability to pull back. But throughout that period, the police will get internal primacy and they maintain command. So in this case, the security sector as alone still get in full control in terms of
command. Colonel, a quick one. You get one text message. Let's add this one quick. This way, the deployment of ECOWAS in Isreal indicates the incompetence of our security forces to manage the tenets of democracy. Our president accused the citizens of being terrorists. These are negative effects on us. This now from Karim Kamar. Then to message a quick one. Colonel, we'll not get better time.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think most of the questions we don't answer, but then few ones we, especially the last one we get for do with the incompetence of the security forces. I want to say no, that is not the case, because I give you a pointer, I give you an example, an indicator. When the attempted field coup on November 26th will happen, remember in security they always expect the unexpected. I feel say we come in and respond quickly and timely, because if we not be do that day, now other things for don't they talk by now within this country. I feel say we still get the capability, we still get the competence for provide the necessary security to the states for us to maintain with territorial integrity. Quite apart from that, somebody may ask about the role of the ASLAF in the deployment. The role of the ASLAF, like what I don't say, then people then get the UN independent command. They know they can't take with job as military personnel or security forces. The armed forces still will continue to remain the armed forces. The police still will remain the police. And then they can't take with. But quite the thing very very important that most of the soldiers, they feel say when people they come, no, then they put it aside. No, that's not the case. You when a soldier, will listen to me now. Every serving personnel of the armed forces of the Republic of Sierra Leone will be rest assured say everyone they can get a separate command. The only thing we get for interfaith in terms of coordination, collaboration, and cooperation. We have to get joint planning. Even anything we want for a skit, we have to get joint planning, and we do it. Nobody can take your role. Nobody can take your appointment. Nobody can pull you for do your security job. Now support them, they can't support me. Then lastly, somebody may ask, say, of course, they say would I go take, okay, maybe I don't answer them. But yes. I think say, because an independent command, all what you need, we get to state security forces. Now, a collaboration, effective collaboration and coordination. Okay. Then go there, get in command, we will get to a command. Okay. That is why in terms of even briefings, we'll get joint briefings. Right. We share the same experience and intelligence, and also we share the same information. Okay. So meaning the command, again, will be then get the independent command, but the only thing, the effective collaboration for able bring peace and stability in the country. We will do that.
All right, plenty. Thank you guys who are joining me inside the program, and in name na Colonel Issa Bangura, the Director of Media and Communications, na the Ministry of Defense, na the Isreal